Exodus 2. A man of the house of Levi went and took a daughter of Levi as his wife. The woman conceived and bore a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could no longer hide him, she took a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and with pitch. She put the child in it and laid it in the reeds by the river's bank. His sister stood far off to see what would be done to him. Pharaoh's daughter came down to bathe at the river. Her maidens walked along by the riverside. She saw the basket amongst the reeds and sent her servant to get it. She opened it and saw the child, and behold, the baby cried. She had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Should I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for you?" Pharaoh's daughter said, "Go." The young woman went and called the child's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." The woman took the child and nursed it. The child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses and said, "Because I drew him out of the water." In those days, when Moses had grown up, he went out to his brothers and saw their burdens. He saw an Egyptian striking a Hebrew, one of his brothers. He looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. He went out the second day, and behold, 2 men of the Hebrews were fighting with each other. He said to him who did the wrong, "Why do you strike your fellow?" He said, "Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you plan to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Moses was afraid and said, "Surely this thing is known." Now, when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and lived in the land of Midian and sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. The shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. When they came to Reuel their father, he said, "Why is it that you have returned so early?" They said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and moreover, he drew water for us and watered the flock." He said to his daughters, "Where is he? Why is it that you have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread." Moses was content to dwell with the man. He gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. She bore a son, and he named him Gershom, for he said, "I have lived as a foreigner in a foreign land." In the course of those many days, the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed because of the bondage. And they cried, and their cry came up to God because of the bondage. God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. God saw the children of Israel, and God was concerned about them.
Hush now, my baby, be still now, don't cry, as tears flow from my eyes to yours. Yahweh, deliver this child from death's grip. The soldiers draw near to our doors. 3 months I've hidden this gift from above, but now to the river I'm forced. Almighty God of our fathers, who promised to Abraham's seed, watch over this child of your covenant. In you alone we believe. Deliver him, Lord, from the waters. Guide his arm through the reeds. Your mighty hand be upon him. For your glory, your purpose divine. My daughter, now follow your brother from far. Watch where the current may lead. The God of our fathers, who parts mighty seas, can surely protect one small reed. A basket of bulrushes sealed with pitch and tar carries hope for a people in need. The princess of Egypt, with servants in tow, descends to the Nile's flowing edge. A cry from the water, a basket appears, a moment that history will pledge. A Hebrew child whispers, one at her side, but compassion outweighs Pharaoh's pledge. Delivered by God through the waters, rescued by royal decree. The prayers of a mother are answered. For his glory, his purpose divine. And Miriam steps from the shadows with faith. Shall I call a Hebrew woman to nurse him for you? Mother and child reunited by grace, the Lord's hand guiding each move. Delivered from death into palace halls, where Egyptian wisdom he'll gain. Yet nursed in the faith of his forefathers. For his glory, the Lord will sustain. And she named him Moses, for from the water he was drawn, not by chance but by providence. For the Lord had just begun.
In gold-lined halls he learned the tongue of scribes and kings where praises sung. But eyes that watched could never unsee his people's pain, their silent plea. He saw a blow, the blood, the sand, a brother struck by Pharaoh's hand. He rose in rage, then fled alone to desert wide and heart of stone. O God of the fathers, are you still near? Or have I wandered past where you hear? But the silence broke not with roar or flame, only the whisper, I know your name, know your name. By Jethro's well the daughters came. He gave them water, earned a name. And from the shepherd's tent and fire, a new life born without empire. Zipporah smiled through desert wind, a bride, a home, though grief still pinned. A son he held, but sighed in pain. Gershom he said, in exile I remain. O God of the fathers, are you still near? Or have I wandered past where you hear? But the silence broke not with roar or flame, only the whisper, I know you.